Živjo, and welcome to my new video and something different kind of a video that I never did before. Let's talk about books. Now last year I made a goal to read at least 5 books, and let me tell you that I didn't go so well. The reason why I wanted to read books is because I wanted to be less around my phone or my computer, basically to relax without electronics and no social media. I was always bad at picking good books, or I couldn't finish it because I lost interest. The books are the Twilight series, and 50 Shades of Grey. They're not bad books, but I just couldn't finish them. The only book I read till the end, and that was a long time ago, and that is Sabriel. I will try to find a cover of the book, but I really like this one, and it's a fantasy book. It's one of those books that I really liked to read the most. That's why I picked Twilight, because it has fantasy and paranormal, werewolves and vampires. Now I have to say I have broken the record of my last year resolution to read 5 books, and I think I read around 10 books, I believe, if not 11. I forgot. And I started to really read books in October. Yeah, I did start to read a book in the beginning this year, and I chose a bad book, as usual, to read, and I still didn't finish it. I will talk about it one day, because I do plan to read it till the end. So yeah, because I didn't start with a good book at the start of the year 2022, I started reading for real in October. It was almost the end of the year. How sad. I found some good suggestions on Pinterest. That's where I'm mostly there. I got interested in, I saw some covers of the book, and this looks so interesting. I want to go back into it. I want to read more books so that I don't always sit around my computer or my phone, and like I said before, 0 social media. Now, the book that I started this year with was bad, yes. It was supposed to be like a book for motivation and to breaking your bad habits. That was a bad start. If you are just starting to read books, don't go into books like that. Basically, the best books to start are romance. You cannot go wrong with them. Romance books are rather simple, and there's no way you can go wrong with them. Unless, I know that's not for everyone. Romance books were also not for me. Like I said, I was reading a lot of fantasy books. But to get started, romance is the best to go with, and I really enjoy them. They're very easy to read, and they helped me break my record of reading just 5 books. So here are the books that I was reading till now. Some books that I purchased are either in English or in my language, Slovenian, since some are not yet translated. And if everyone out there likes to read books, I'm into suggestions. Just to let you know, I read books extremely slow. So yeah, I'm a slow reader, but I think that's not a bad thing, because I get a little bit more deeper into the books than just fast-paced the reading, and then when you're done with the book, you kind of forget what's going on. So the first book that I started to read is called LILAH. Now this part is going to be blurred out, because this is just what I was thinking about the book, but this is how I just wanted to make a little something about the books that I read. I'm so happy that this was the first romance book I was reading. It's super cute, sad, but with a happy ending. Also, her family is shit, so that's a trigger warning. So LILAH, very cute love story, sad, hurtful moments with LILAH and her family, LILAH and Gray love story is very good. It starts out very slow. Sexy came much later. Gray is too horny for his own damn good. But yeah, he's older. But he never pressured LILAH into doing it with him, which is something I like. He waited for her. The most important point in their relationship is to communicate and not to hide things from one another. Be very open with each other. I love how she calls him Sugar because he didn't want to give her his name at the beginning. She's also learning to make new friends, planning the future together, and a great happy ending. I absolutely love the story. Ah yes, this one is known a lot on Pinterest and apparently in TikTok, but I don't have TikTok, so I found it in Pinterest and everybody knows this one, The Love Hypothesis. It's a very funny rom-com about a fake relationship, basically fake dating. She lied to her best friend that she's dating someone, so she kissed the first guy in the hallway to prove her that she was on a date with someone. Olive, the girl, is a very interesting girl, and I'm glad she learned that it's not worth to lie and that it would be better if she were honest. Adam is typical a quiet guy, tall with muscles, but so cute. How long he has been waiting for Olive, although I think he should have made a move a long time ago. This is supposed to be a fan fiction of, oh my god, I forgot the name, from Star Wars, the two characters, and then it became a book. But yeah, just so you know. Oh my god, reminders of him. I cried a lot in this book. It's a nice story. A mother who longed to meet her daughter after spending 5 years in prison for a car accident that can happen to anyone, which car accident that involved in someone dying. She got a chance and forgiveness for herself and the people around her who were also affected by what happened. So glad that Ledger gave her a chance to get to know her and that he saw with his own eyes that Kenna didn't deserve to so much hate against her and the death of Scotty. Everyone deserves a second chance, and you need to know the entire story instead of blaming one person for everything. Kenna made some bad choices. She should really think of a better plan to meeting her daughter. Also, when she met Ledger, these are not the actual pictures, just so you know. I know she was single for 5 years, but to let yourself go with the first guy you meet, the first guy that touches you, it's just stupid in my opinion. I know he looks good and all, but come on. Ooh, this one. I didn't know nothing about it at all. All I saw was the cover of the book and I was drawn towards it because it kind of gave me like Phantom of the Opera because of the mask here. I don't know why, like a mask plays a role, right? But I did like feel something like the mask, and the guy had the scar on his face, and when they were at a big party, he was where everyone's supposed to wear a mask. He wore it to cover the scars, so a little something. And they lived in this big mansion, a gothic mansion. But no, it's not a retelling. It's not. This book talks about madness, obsession, drugs, and most importantly, sadism and masochism. A family being part of a cult of scientists that torture people to see how much pain you can endure. The two main characters have 14 years age gap and they go all steamy on each other. I was not expecting this. A lot of it happened in Issa's life. She has a drug addict mother that she hates until she finds out the truth and how she came to be. Issa didn't have a good life, so she goes to work for a rich family so that she can earn money to escape the island. But the master of the house will not let her leave, and in the end, she doesn't want to either. But a lot of things happen. I liked it. It was okay. Except for the trigger warnings. Some things happen in this book that I'm not exactly comfortable with. I finally get to read Alchemist. People really like this book, and now I know why. This book is a journey to basically not just finding yourself or finding your treasure, or also like finding where you belong. It's a journey of meeting people, a journey of failing and meeting wrong type of people that will either hurt you or rob you, and it's great. Very good, deep messages about life. It talks about personal legend, about your dreams that you can achieve, but you must not give up and keep walking towards your goal. Love the world and the world will love you back. Surrender to the waves of the world. Surrender to God. He has already set your goals for you, but it all depends on you. Love is shown in a different way. You must not only love a person, but also your environment. On your way to your dreams or goals, you will encounter first luck, disappointment, a new plan to achieve your goal, risk, meeting new people, fear, and your soulmate, and so on, so much more. May your soulmate help and support you in realizing your dreams and not hinder you to achieve your dreams along the way towards your goals. Is to remember what you learned on your journey even as you are reaching it. It's a great book. The crying only was like, it was so unfair with what he had to go through. But I do recommend it, to read it. Ugly Love. I've seen this everywhere. And I got the copy and I read it and it was okay. It's a sad story for Miles, who couldn't get out of his past. He was stuck in it and didn't move on. But Tate made many bad decisions, even though there were red flags and she knew she would end up hurt by her feelings. She still had hope that Miles would change his mind of them being in a relationship, which they were supposed to be just friends with benefits, right? The communication between them both was, in my taste, bad. Miles and Tate both made a mistake. Straight from the start, you really need to pay attention to what your partner is saying and don't ignore your heart or your feelings. Also, when Miles said that this is going to be just friends with benefits, he gave rules, right? Yet Tate had nothing. And she just went in instead of just, okay, wait until I find something with my rules until we start this, right? Nothing. She actually got an idea months later. She was already too late because she was already deep in love with Miles. Also, I think Miles should have sought kind of help to get out of his past, to move on, because the person that he got hurt, it's not the person that hurt him, it's something that happened, but that person that was involved with him didn't move on, but he didn't. Like, he didn't have sex in 6 years with no woman until Tate came on. That's it. I liked it. Ooh, okay. Just by looking at this picture, you can already tell what this is about. So, a girl, Marina, a normal girl who likes to look at her horoscope every day, lighting up her candles and her salt lamp, and she's not a morning person until she goes for surfing and makes smoothies. That's who she is. Sebastian is an Italian mob boss who wants to make his family name clean and do a clean business, because his dad was doing nothing but shady stuff. One night stand between them turned into an arranged marriage for 6 months of business. There are ups and downs, trust issues, not good communication at the start, and try not to, all the time happy ending. It was okay. It got me in. I got really entertained, interested in how their relationship will unfold. Will they end up together? Will this marriage remain, or will they split up? But yeah, it was cute. I liked it. Okay, before you read November 9, read Ugly Love first, because there are some certain characters that will show up in there, and I don't know why, but it just made me smile. In the first half of the book, I was like, Fallon and Ben are moving this relationship a bit too fast. Especially Fallon. You met this guy for the first time. Yeah, he helped you with your dad. Her dad is, okay? But to let him see you in your underwear in, like, immediately when you met. Like, what the Why do you trust this boy that fast? Also, they are 18 years old here when they met. I mean, I understand they are teenagers and all that, make rash decisions, and then comes heartache and the goddamn plot twist. But there were some good, happy, and supportive moments that I love. Ben helps her with more confidence and that she is beautiful with her scars, because she has scars. She got burnt. And Fallon was there for Ben on the death of his... I'm not gonna say it. Reading Ben's manuscript really made me cry, and I like how Fallon and Ben forgave one another for their mistakes and for their bad decisions, but still, it was messed up. Don't completely agree with everything that is happening in this book, because they're meeting once a year, so every November 9, you meet. With no phone call, no emails, no social media, no nothing. If you're there on the November 9 where they're going to meet, they're gonna meet. If you're not there, well, the other one's going to sit there looking like an idiot. I didn't enjoy it. It's just certain things, no. It's just no. Moved too fast and, oh god, the plot twist. It was good. I liked it for the plot twist and all that, but they moved too fast. They were not honest with one another. It was just, ouch. Well, would you look at that? Another book by the same author. I read a lot of her books because they got really recommended to me on Pinterest. Like, Pinterest just keeps like giving me all these books. I mean, Lowen is an author not doing so good. And she got a chance to work with this other author, Verity, her name. I mean, she's not going to work with her, but Verity got in an accident. She is immobile. She can't neither talk nor move, nor nothing. So for her book to be finished, she has to write like 3 books. But since she can't do that, so Lowen steps in to, well, do her work. And to find out what type of characters Verity was writing in her book, Lowen kind of looked a little too deep into her books until she found a box with her manuscript in it. And Verity is a f***ing psycho. And Lowen was losing her mind the more she was reading it. Jeremy, Verity's husband, is, but you can already guess, a wife that can't move, another in the house, an attractive husband. You know where it goes. Yeah, they felt attracted to one another. Of course, things happened, and they found out about Verity and who she is. Kind of when Lowen got pregnant, they left the house to basically forget their memories of it and everything that's been going on in that house. Jesus, it's just messed up. It made me feel kind of uncomfortable. But when they were moving the stuff away from the house to actually move, Lowen found Verity's letter, and I just got really confused now. Who is the real Verity, the manuscript or the letter? Was Verity really such a good manipulator? What is the truth? And I love that. Also, as usual, I don't know what the f*** is up with her characters that she does. In Ugly Love and here in Verity, was there any other book? Okay, November 9, no. Yeah, Reminders of Him. Okay, these are the books that I read. Why the f*** can't women in her books cook? Like, every time anything has to do with into the kitchen and to do something, they don't know how to make anything. Like, Lowen only can make spaghetti. Tate, even her sandwiches apparently were bad because the captain told her so. Apparently her brother was way better at cooking than she was. I'm not gonna go in November 9 because nothing was talked about it. It was just about those 2 teenagers. I hope if I ever get to read any more of her books, that I won't find another woman that doesn't know how to Come on. Also, what I want to say, Lowen made so many bad choices. Being in a house for like a month or so, just bad choices, okay? Otherwise, I really like the twists, the turns. I really want to know who the real Verity is, but it was still good. And I was reading Hating Game. Now, I didn't watch the Netflix show. I didn't even know it existed. But like I said, Pinterest gave me suggestions of this book. It's a very interesting, these two are very interesting characters. In a very interesting workplace with fun games. Lucy and Josh just love to tease one another any chance they get. But behind all these games, they were hiding their feelings. Well, one of them did. The other one was just figuring things out. Josh is very protective of her and gets easily jealous. The elevator scene was so good. But in this case, actions did more damage than good. They should have talked first. But with these two, not possible. The biggest hate game started when there was a chance to be promoted, to be for a better position at work, which would lead one of them to be the boss of the other. Apparently, Lucy is wearing a red lipstick called Flamethrower. I really need to look at that color because apparently it draws attention. Also, when they were starting to get to know one another, I get better. I really like then how Lucy stood up for Josh after knowing about his life. This is where they then really started to confess their emotions, their love. Also, Lucy collects Smurfs. Cute, right? Here is where I went on my vacation and I wanted to have some Christmas books. Window shopping was the first one. A story of Stella as she just came out of 4 years of prison for being rebellious and influenced by her best friend to do reckless things in her teen years. But her friend Nicole is also more of a toxic friend. I get that Nicole had bad childhood, but her actions are wrong and I'm happy Stella also noticed and started taking actions to make her life better. And as her life was getting better, she didn't forget about her friends and helped her as well. Stella is still trying to get her life all together in New York, and she gets her dream job by impressing a man outside the window shop who ends up being her new boss, and they become lovers. She's working hard in making new friends. Life is turning for the better. Even though his family from Eden, they didn't exactly accept her, and she is a convict and a goth, but Aiden didn't care about that. Absolutely nothing of that. She just made his life a bit more interesting. This is such a short book. I don't think... Yeah, it has 100-something pages. Very short. Ugly sweater weather. Dia has a rough childhood. I'm just gonna call her name Short, just like it was written in the book. A mother that didn't spend time with her and men were more important to her. She's on her 5th husband. She liked to spend time with different men than raising her child. Like, her daughter is in her way. Like, what the hell? So, Dia is a hopeless romantic, but she doesn't know how to keep it and how to work on her relationships when she meets someone, thanks to her mother. Her best friend is in love with her for years, and now he has 12 days till Christmas, since her mother canceled her plans to meet her. We all know why. He has the opportunity to show her that he likes her and to see if she would like him back. It's a cute short story. Also, they both have dogs and their dogs are in love. It's so cute. Basically, in those 12 days, they go either ice skating, they put up a Christmas tree, they're baking, ugly sweaters. It's cute with a little bit of heartbreak that happens in here, but short and sweet and cute. I liked it. This is the last book of 2022. One Day in December. Wow. The twists and turns in these books are just good. Lauren or Lou, I'm just gonna call her short. Lou just experienced love at first sight at the bus stop and has been searching for this guy for almost a year. until her best friend Sarah, who helps her in her search for the busboy, introduced him as her new boyfriend. Of course, Sarah didn't know he was the one Lou has been searching for. This book is a roller coaster ride of emotions, heartbreak, friends falling apart, a lot of lying, and not being honest with themselves. You already know that Jack and Lou will end up together, but this is a 350 pages long book, and it's not going to be just about them. A lot of things happen. Even though Lou experienced love at first sight, I think they're soulmates because so many years have passed, I believe 9 years, and they just couldn't erase the attraction, the love that they felt for one another. They just couldn't get rid of it. So yeah, they did, of course, end up in the end, but a lot of things happened. I do recommend it. I like this book. So that is all of the books that I was reading in 2022. I'm excited for 2023, which I said I want to read at least 30 books. I hope I will succeed. And I do plan to add, like, there's a lot of romance books in this one because I just wanted to start back to reading. But I do want to get back into fantasy books, perhaps some thriller books. Like, I really liked VERITY. Yeah, I want to add, if I'm going to read like 2 or 3 books a month, I want to add at least one romance, fantasy, and perhaps a thriller. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed my little video. If you are also a reader, what kind of books do you read? And if you have any type of recommendations, please write them down below. And thank you for being here. And I'll see you in my next video. Ciao!